Can you hear me? You can. Right. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Is it even worth doing this or no?
I would say no. I would kill the speaker. Yeah, you're
Okay.
kill the speaker.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is time. Grab a cold one, crank up the volume, and join the show. Welcome to NVNR Live. And here we go.
It's no block, no rock.
Go Big Red indeed. No block, no rock. Not sure if y'all can hear me.
Yeah, we can hear you. Good.
I can hear you.
I can hear you.
I mean, I know you guys can.
Hey, our front tables can hear us really well. We are live at Heavy Brewing in Gretna, Nebraska. I mean, it's game day vibes in here, guys. Hey, I mean, they've got the audio going for the football games. The volleyball's game's about to start.
A lot of games on.
A lot of games on, man.
It's like
it is.
It's an environment.
It's like a genuinely packed house.
Yeah, 100%.
It's kind of overwhelming, all the things that are going on here. You got all these games. You got these little, I guess they're Christmas lights.
I do like
there's
those.
a lot going on.
That's good ambiance
I like
for
it.
us.
Yeah, I do like them.
Yeah, so Kyle right now is just stuffing his face full of pizza right now. What kind of pizza are you eating, by the way?
Okay, so I don't know the official name of it here.
That's the hot honey pizza.
Right,
hot
but there's
honey.
an official. There's
It's
official
the hot
name.
honey pepperoni pizza. Right?
No, it's not the name of it, but it is a hot honey pizza.
Okay, all right.
Those
all
are
right.
ingredients in that pizza. Yeah.
It's fantastic.
It is so good. And listen, I came in here hungry, and they were like, "What do you want? Do you want the enchilada pizza?
Enchilada.
You want the hot honey pizza?" And I said, "Both." Dude, give us both.
Yes. Yes.
I'll tell you what. I actually just had a slice of that enchilada pizza. Phenomenal. I even
birria. Dude, fantastic.
it's phenomenal. I even texted a few people and I said, "Dude, you need to get here and get this. It's an 11 out of 10." And Audra, one of the owners here at Heavy Brewing, phenomenal. She must be the creative mind behind these pizzas. Told me that occasionally she'll just dream up an idea and put it on the menu before it's actually even made. And this enchilada pizza was one of them. She knocked it out of the park.
100%.
She knocked it out of the park.
Dude, just the entire operation here at Heavy Brewing is legit. Their drinks, their food,
The hospitality.
Hospitality.
The service, like, I mean, you walk to the bar and you're greeted by fantastic bartenders. In addition, like, even if you come in here and it's not a busy game day, it's the owners greeting you and telling you everything you need to know about beer. It's a great environment. And if you guys are not here and you don't have plans, you need to come out here, because if you get here before kickoff, so you have about 55 minutes. If you get here before kickoff, if you buy a beer before kickoff, your halftime beer is free. You get one free beer at halftime.
Did you say free, Mike?
For free.
For free.
Hey, we all love free stuff, don't
like
we?
free stuff.
We do. We all do. Okay. I know we got a football game here coming up pretty soon in about an hour.
Yes.
But just like, can we dedicate like just 2 minutes to Nebraska ball?
Sure.
Can we do that?
Please.
Yeah.
Like, are we talking top 25 here? Like, what are we talking about?
I'm talking about.
Am I getting a little over my skis?
No,
as they say?
you're not.
I saw something that got me very excited this morning. It was like, I can't wait to see 5-3 play 8-0, number 15 Nebraska coming up. Nebraska just like it's everything that we've talked about and what we want in an athletic program, whether it's football, basketball, or whatever it is. They're just gritty.
Kyle's like, more
Kyle's
pizza.
like,
Kyle's looking for
more
another piece of
pizza.
pizza. I thought I was just grabbing a plate for you.
No.
Do you want the
but no.
enchilada or the hot honey pizza, sir?
Hot honey, please.
Hot honey. Yes, honey.
This Nebraska ball team has been super gritty, and there was some funkiness I saw missed free throw, added time on the clock. Nebraska still gets it done against a very solid K-State opponent. Nebraska ball, maybe. I don't. Can I say maybe back? I don't think I can say
They've
back.
never been
they back
here.
from?
I don't think I can say
There's nothing
back.
to be back from.
This might be the best form of Nebraska ball we've ever seen. But, there's still a lot of months to play.
Yep.
Yes,
And
absolutely.
We get fool's gold all the time when it comes to Nebraska basketball. We had it a little bit last year. We won the Hawaiian tournament or where the heck we were in last year.
Yep.
So I feel like it's a familiar feeling of last year. But I don't know, this team, it's not one player dominant like it was last year. We don't have a Bryce Williams. We have a lot of guys that can score.
Right on.
And they play really good together, just in general.
I want to give some flowers to the fact that last year, last February, March, I don't remember exactly when it was, we did an episode wearing Burger King crowns for winning the crown tournament. And that winning streak has continued to the tune of Nebraska holding the longest winning streak of any college basketball program in the nation currently.
That includes Duke.
That does include Duke.
There you go.
To which I say, hey, guys, look at us.
Hey,
Look at us.
Who would have thought?
Hey,
who would have thunk it?
Jared, would you say Google us?
Hey, Google
No,
Fred
listen,
Hoiberg,
do
see
not-
who comes up.
Do not Google Nebraska basketball.
don't.
Because
You're not going to be happy.
don't read that Wikipedia page, please, God.
That would suck.
Okay. Yeah, anytime we play in a tournament that's other than the regular NCAA tournament,
Oh, we're good. Oh, yeah, sure. Yeah, definitely keep
Hey,
the
let's
audio on
go.
for the volleyball game, but
anytime we play in a tournament that's not the regular tournament, we figure it out.
yeah, 100%.
Then we win. Like, I heard it was like 17.
Oh, that's too much.
Is it 17 non-conference games in a row that they've won? It's something insane like that. So
It's quite a few. That is ridiculous.
When you make a run after the March Madness tournament
Yeah.
Shoot.
and win the crown, yeah, that happens.
Okay, let's turn our attention to football because we do have a game here in about 50-ish minutes. We talk about the Penn State line. It opened at 10 and a half.
Yes.
Now, admittedly, I've not paid attention to it since then. I know it's gone down a little
for
bit.
you. He's got it for you.
Hit me with it.
I have been paying attention quite a bit. So last night when I went to bed, this line was Penn State minus 8.5. The Sharps are coming in today, though. We've got now Penn State minus 7.5. The Sharps are putting money on Nebraska to keep this a competitive game.
Sure.
And I Mike, you can see I've got this whole line of stats here to talk about, but I think the Sharps are right. I think to think Penn State is going to run away with this game is just a fool's errand. I think this game will be a lot closer, and I think it's going to be not necessarily a shootout. I don't think it's going to be high scoring.
Yeah.
But it's going to be a lot closer than people think.
Now, you say, the Sharps, is that what they call? I'm
Yeah.
sorry, I'm not a degenerate gambler, so I don't know these terms.
Yeah.
Sharps.
So Sharps are guys that will, when you see a line open, like we saw Penn State minus 10.5 was the opening line, and people will kind of pick their way. With a line that large in the NCAA, you're probably betting Nebraska to cover that anyway because it's quite large. But Sharps are these late bettors that drop in a whole lot of money on what they perceive to be value bets. And the Sharps that are coming in late are putting all of their money on Nebraska. In the last 24 hours, almost 70% of the money has been put on Nebraska to cover that spread.
Well, the spread was a little.
It was very
opinion,
high.
Very high.
A little crazy.
Opening at 10.5.
Okay.
Yeah, but even at 8.5,
A 4-win Penn State team where half of their student section is going to be at home for Thanksgiving.
Oh, man. You think
Opens
so?
at 10.5 against Nebraska.
Okay.
Wait, what are we doing?
And now let me ask you, why do you think it opened at 10.5? What is the reason for that?
Jared, what is the rule I tell you every week with these spreads? 3 points to the home team.
So it's
Always.
like 7.5.
No, right. Look, so like even 7.5.
You think it's
Penn
high?
Penn State's a 4-win team. The main point I'm trying to get at
They're
here
talented.
is
They're a good team.
Right.
They played really good teams as well.
Do you want me to say a name on why they thought 7.5 or 10.5, depending on how you look at it, was what Vegas thought was a fair number?
I'll let you say a name, but my response is like recruiting rankings. People are looking at recruiting rankings, but you say a name.
You want to hear something funny though? That's funny.
Well,
Iowa is losing 17-7 to Michigan State. 3-7 Michigan State. They're not making a bowl game, but they're beating Iowa.
Yes, Iowa's only touchdown is a wheat gin punt return for a touchdown, which is not surprising at all. Because that's their best player. That's their Tim Dwight.
Ooh, that's a little high.
Yeah, there's a little bit of reverb there.
Yeah.
But Jared,
Wild.
we talk about, why does this spread open up so wide?
Tell me, why is it so wide?
What is Nebraska's biggest defensive weakness? Mike, do you know?
Well, I think everybody in the room might know what Nebraska's defense is not good at. It's stopping the run, and Penn State's very good at that.
Yeah, Penn State excels in running the ball. In fact, they've got two really, really great running backs averaging. I actually have this stat written down here. I think they're averaging like 170 yards a game just between those two, Katron Allen and Nicholas Singleton.
Right.
Averaging, just 158.8 between those two running backs, accounting for nobody else. So I think Vegas sees that, and they understand that Penn State has a pretty advantageous matchup against a Nebraska D-line that is not great.
Yeah, undersized, not great. Gets pushed into the second and third and fourth and fifth levels.
Yeah.
There's not even a fifth level. I'm just making that up.
No,
But here's the thing, right?
it is for our D-line.
Yeah. wide back. No, we talk about how this game should not be a blowout. It shouldn't be.
No.
We should be able to keep it close. Now, my response is it could easily be a blowout because Penn State's strength is our weakness. And that's just what it boils down to.
I would say that our strength is Penn State's weakness, though, too. They can't throw the ball. They're not. This is not Drew Aller playing quarterback.
Uh-oh.
Hey, look who just walked in the door. This is not Drew Aller playing quarterback. They have a Drunkmeyer playing quarterback.
Drunkmeyer?
He might be if he comes to Heavy Brewing here in Gretna, Nebraska. But no, I don't think this is the same Penn State team without Drew Aller. They're going to hammer the ball on the ground, and that's where I think this game's going to be low scoring. I think Nebraska and Penn State both want to do the same thing. They want to run the ball, control the clock. That TOP thing is going to be important in this game.
Yeah. They ran the ball 50 times last week.
That's what I'm saying. This is not your Drew Aller Penn State team. They do not want to throw the ball, which is Nebraska, what they do well. And so to me, it's force Penn State to throw the football.
There's a reason why I'm a little nervous. A lot nervous.
There's two reasons. Running backs.
Is because they started the year and they tried to do the whole Drew Aller. They tried to make it real complicated. They tried to do this spread offense, and they kind of gave up on the run game. And then near the end of the year, after they lost James Franklin, and they're like, hey, we're just down bad. Let's just run the ball. Let's just stick to something that we know works. And that is exactly what they're going to do tonight.
Well,
you are 100%.
I love that we're talking about time of possession because this is one of the stats that I really wanted to add into this conversation. But I think this is the asterisk bowl, right? Mike, you mentioned that Nebraska passes the ball very well. But if we're looking at
didn't say Nebraska passes the ball very well.
They pass the ball fairly efficiently.
No, they do not. I didn't say any of that. I said Penn State does not pass the ball. Nebraska's pass defense is very good.
Okay, maybe I misinterpreted what you said. I'm sorry.
No, Nebraska does not pass the ball well at all.
But so when we look at time of possession, this was actually a stat that kind of caught me by surprise. Nebraska ranks number 36 in the country in time of possession. Penn State at 85. And so that comes down to we're seeing two teams that are kind of in flux, with Nebraska not having Raiola and Penn State not having Drew Aller. I think all of these stats are time of possession. Rushing, I think, is going to be fairly similar for both teams as it has been. Passing will be very different, but because they're in flux, a lot of the time of possession is great, but because things are so different for both teams, I don't know how much a lot of these season-long stats matter. This is going to be just kind of both teams have to find themselves.
Yeah, okay, so let me ask you this. So stats aside, right, like you just said, stats aside, on a general level, I've talked about Nebraska losing the games when the conditions are not perfect. Okay, so you're on the road. It's a night game at Penn State. where teams have gone in there to 120,000 screaming fans, or 108, whatever it is.
108, yeah.
Yeah. And here is like my conundrum with that, because the conditions are not perfect for Penn State either. So are you beating the team that's likely trying to just claw and scrape towards a bowl game? Like, you have to imagine that whole staff, all of the players are thinking about their next stop. James Franklin is gone. All these 5-star players have no idea who's going to be coaching them next year. Like, their minds have to be already out the door. The conditions for Penn State are not perfect. So which team prevails in a non-perfect condition game?
Kyle, I'm so glad you asked that, because at the beginning of the season, we all picked this as a loss because we kind of assumed that Penn State would be qualifying or competing for a playoff, right? And they are obviously not doing that. And so they're not ranked at all. They have a losing record. They're 2 wins away from qualifying for a bowl. And so can Nebraska do something that, like, we're not really known for doing as of late, which is beating a team that is down. Like they're technically better than you, but they are down.
Yeah.
This sounds familiar, right? Michigan down,
Right.
but probably better than you, and I think that played out on the field. USC kind of down, but not really. Couldn't find a way for Nebraska. Nebraska
Right.
couldn't find a way. Can they make this an instance where you're on NBC? Dude, it's ultra high def. Okay. Can we do it?
Picture in all the cable
It's
networks.
so clear.
Listen,
It is.
and we know the mindset all too well for a team that is like, okay, we're just fighting for a bowl game, right? First year under Matt Rule, we're just fighting for a bowl game. Then you go out and lose 4 straight.
Yeah.
Is it something where, like, you're looking at Penn State and these players are like, hey, look, we were projected to win the national championship. We were top 5 in the preseason. Like, we had all these hopes and dreams. And now we're 4-8, just praying to God that we make the toilet bowl
Pinstripe.
at the end of the year.
Pinstripe.
Yeah. And so it's interesting to me just to think about, like, the headspace that each team is in. Nebraska is fighting for their best season that they've had
since 2016.
since 2016.
Yes.
And Penn State is literally just fighting for a bowl game after they were projected to be atop the country at the end of the year.
Yeah. Well, and you say there's a team what team's going to show up for Penn State, but it kind of reminds me of when Nebraska fired former head coach Scott, and we had Mickey Joseph coaching the team, and the team was playing for that coach. And it feels very similar at Penn State right now, where they're playing for that coach because they want him to get the job. And I think that's why they're playing their best football right now.
That guy is definitely not getting that
Terry
job.
Smith is not getting the job.
No.
Mike,
Not at all.
I do like that point about playing for the coach, that interim that's there right now.
Yes.
But I do want to talk about, I saw a take that Penn State is not a team that's going to beat themselves. I disagree with that. Penn State is a top 10 penalized team in the country. And since the James Franklin firing, the penalty rate has not declined. It has remained almost exactly the same. It's a team that's undisciplined. And I think if Nebraska wants to beat this game or win this game, really, you're just going to have to not be yourselves. Nebraska's going to have to be very disciplined, let Penn State make their mistakes, and capitalize when you can.
Yeah.
Mike,
Hey, we do have a super chat in here I want to read off. Shout out to SCV Man 99. He said, going to be a tough game tonight. Going to need a complete game on both sides of the ball. I hope we can keep it close. The defense will need to have their best game of the season. I totally agree with that. In addition to that, I want to add to it and say that special teams has to make a difference. Special teams has won us 3 games this year, minimum, maybe 4. And I think the third phase might be the difference in a game like this, where the margins are so small. You got to find your edge, and it could be special teams. But Penn State is not bad at special teams at all. So
I think Penn State is, like, technically, like, rated better than us at special teams efficiency.
Yes.
For whatever that's worth.
To be honest with you, I don't think that. After what game was it where, like, we had a clear advantage on special teams? I think it was USC. And I was just like praying to God that Kenneth Williams was going to take one home or Barney was going to take one home. And it just didn't happen.
Yeah.
And going into that game, we're like, hey, we've got a clear advantage. I think they were ranked atop the 100-something special teams unit in the country, USC was. And it just never kind of happened. So I don't know how much those rankings actually matter. I think it just really matters like, hey, any game, any given Saturday, something could pop.
Yeah. Like, I know Mike kind of shifted to special teams, but I'm still thinking of our defense. When we're on defense, what is stopping Nebraska from just putting everybody in the box? What is stopping us from doing that?
I think John Butler, he hasn't tried that yet. We've played teams where we knew they were going to run the ball. They have no passing identity, and we still can't stop the run. So I would say that the guy that's stopping it is the guy that's calling the defense.
You know, but if there was ever a game to sell out and just get it done,
sell out.
this is probably it.
This
right?
is it.
Like, trust in your secondary. We have a big sample size here that tells us that your secondary is pretty damn good. They're at least top 3 in the nation at stopping the pass. Drunkemeyer, whatever his name is.
Hopefully he's drunk Meyer tonight.
You know, like, trust your secondary to do their job and just put everybody else inside the box to stop K-Tron.
How many times have we talked about that the blueprint for beating Nebraska has been shown and proven time and time again? You don't need to get fancy. You don't need trick plays. You don't even need 10 yards, like little slants over the middle. You don't need it. Just run the ball.
You need Emmett Johnson. And guess what? We have Emmett Johnson.
To beat Nebraska.
Oh, to beat Nebraska?
Yeah, to beat Nebraska.
Yeah, just
The blueprint has been shown, and it's run the ball because we're going to give you 5 or 6 yards of carry every single time. So if you're talking about keys to Nebraska's success, yes, obviously it's Emmett Johnson.
Yes.
We talk about in rushing defense, Penn State is ranked number 70 in the country. We talk how horrible Nebraska's rushing defense is. They're 91. I mean, that's still a gap, but it shows that Penn State is not really super effective.
What, a difference of 5 to 10 yards when you're talking 20 spots.
It's really not that much.
It's bad. They both suck at stopping the run, and they're both good at running the ball.
Yeah,
that's why this game is going to be.
We'll transition to Nebraska's keys to success later. But yeah, no, the rushing defense, sell out. This is the game where you're going to have to do it. Their passing offense is so bad, I didn't even put it on my list of stats. It wasn't worth comparing.
And here's what I think will happen. Given we have John Butler has had an extra week to prepare
For his old team.
his old team. That's right.
Yeah, that was his first DC job.
Yeah.
Kind of interim DC or whatever. But yeah.
But I would suspect that we load the box like crazy. And I would not be surprised if you see like 3 deep shots from Drunkemeyer just launching, just bombing the ball down the field to see what,
please.
You know, because it's kind of like hey, let's just see what happens.
Yeah.
And maybe we'll get a call, or let's face it, Penn State does have good athletes. Like they can go up and go and make a play too. I feel like you're going to get like 3 attempts down the field, 30 yards or longer. And because we're going to load the box like crazy.
Yeah, the national talking heads and some of the local media are talking about how talented Penn State is, and they're more talented than you. And they
on paper, sure.
On paper, yeah, they're the all bus team. We've been talking about Nebraska like that for 15 years.
Are they more talented than Northwestern? Are they more talented than UCLA? Are they more talented than Iowa? Because all those teams took care of Penn State.
Right. And inside the sidelines, they're not more talented than UCLA, than Northwestern, because they just whatever their reasons are for not winning those games. And by the way, I just want to point out, it is funny that in our preseason show, we did a live show just like this at Nebraska Brewing Company.
Yes, sir.
And I put together the Kyle's Pucker Factor, and I looked through every team's 1-score losses, 1-score wins, and I created a rating for everybody's opponent. You know who I left off of that sheet?
Penn State.
Penn State.
Because we all chalked it up as an L.
I was like, you know what? Penn State's going to be 11-1 at the end of the year. So this isn't even going to be a game. And now I'm looking at their wins and their losses, and they would have scored atop the entire Pucker Factor list that I put together because they've got 5 1-score losses this year. What team does that remind you of?
Hi. The team in red?
The team in red. in the last 20 years.
Dude, yeah, they're fighting for a pinstripe bowl bid. Sounds familiar, don't it? Like you think of Penn State and their individual players, very good. But hopefully we're at a point, gosh dang it, this is wishful thinking maybe. We're in November. You just kind of hope from our perspective that their team as a collective is just down enough, I guess.
Well,
because individually they have good players, but then you get to the discussion about a team and coming together. And we hope that things are off for them, even though their individual players are very good.
I think another thing that we've talked a little bit about so far is, Penn State is fighting. They've got to win their next 2 to get a bowl game bid. That certainly can light a fire underneath the team, but does it not also light a fire under this Nebraska team? Go get your 8th win. Shut Penn State out. Keep them out of any discussion whatsoever. Does that not get you going? You're going to go in to Beaver Stadium and keep them from what they've always wanted, what they feel like they deserve. Does that not get you going?
Yeah, well, Nebraska's had their number, though. I'm just telling you, Nebraska's 3-1 since they joined the Big Ten against Penn State.
Yeah. I mean, I keep going back to like this mindset of like these guys thought they were going to be playing in a national championship to start the year. That is what the Big Ten media told them. That's what the national media told them, and now they're just fighting for a chance to go to a bowl game, a bottom of the barrel bowl game. And I just can't help but think, your whole coaching staff is trying to figure out where they're going to be working next year. All those players are free agents.
And how many of them are trying to go to Virginia Tech? Right.
How many of them have got a phone call from Coach Franklin?
Yeah.
I would imagine most of them.
Yeah.
So it's just one of those things where it's like, hey, look, for once against a big time opponent, Nebraska has the security that we have not had. You think of like the coaching turnover that Nebraska has faced over the last 15 years. And it's like, okay, look, now we're going up against somebody that presumably would beat you, but they don't have a head coach. All the players are probably looking around, seeing what they can get. And the coaches are trying to figure out where they're going to work next year. Like there's just zero security there. And they're fighting for a bowl game. It's just weird to me.
So Kyle, you weren't on our episode this week.
Yeah.
And the way you're talking tonight, seems like you think Nebraska is going to win this game.
Can I hold my scoring prediction for the first drive?
You can. No, I'm just saying.
No, don't make him tip his cap early.
No, I don't want him to tip his cap. I'm just saying, like the way you're talking, like you feel like this is Nebraska's game to lose. Vegas is the other way. Nebraska, if they win this game, it's an upset.
Yeah.
But to you, it seems like you're finding the way that this is Nebraska's game to lose because Penn State.
I don't think he's saying that.
No, I actually would agree. I honestly think that Nebraska has more security. They've got
a better culture.
Sure.
Like
more stability.
It's an away game, sure, but like these fans, I'm sure, are not going to be super pleased with just going 6-6 and going to the Pinstripe Bowl. It just seems weird. Like I thought for sure that at the beginning of the year that this was just going to be a blowout. Yep, Nebraska loses, whatever, move along. Like I didn't even put it down for any statistics. Like Connor, you said, I didn't even consider this game a game. I just said, yeah, it's going to be a loss. This is going to be one of the 4 losses that I had down.
Yeah, and then things happen, right? Life happens. Crazy things happen. Your head coach gets fired. And as Husker fans, even though we did predict this to be a loss, can we find it? Can we? Okay, this is Matt Rule's year 3, and I get it's Latif's show, right? No more Dylan. Dylan's out.
He gone.
And
if you ask me on Wednesday, he gone.
Mike thinks he's gone.
He's gone.
And I get it. I get that we have a true freshman quarterback. Penn State also has their backup in. Okay, so things are kind of
it's a battle of freshmen backups, by the way.
And we see, battle of freshmen. We see other teams go out there and they win games with their backup quarterbacks. Can we do it?
Yeah.
Like, can we? This is Matt Rule's year 3, and I get that people are going to want to use not having Dylan. That's going to be an excuse. But I think we got to be past the excuses.
It's our crutch, though. We
It
have
is a crutch.
It's a crutch that Matt Rule can use and will use.
Sure can.
Moving forward, because he did lose his QB1, his 5-star quarterback. So, but
Yeah.
that, wow, Texas just. Wow.
Yeah, no, I saw
what
that.
happened in that game? Man?
Well, Texas is a better team than Arkansas.
Yeah, isn't it weird? So better teams, they win, right?
Oh, sorry.
Just like right now, horns down. Like right now, Nebraska Volleyball is beating Indiana because they're better than Indiana.
Yes.
Right. That's just how it goes.
On the road.
But so
On the road.
what if I got to control the whiteboard leading into this game? I'm not writing X's and O's. I'm not going to give you some big spiel before the game. I'm writing 4 words.
What?
On that whiteboard. Send them home sad.
Oh.
Ruin their season and Penn State today. If this does not give you the fire, get your 8th win. Send Penn State. End their season. Send them to hell. If this does not
send them to hell.
If this does not get you fired up, that the preseason national champion favorite is on the ropes, you have a chance to go into their stadium and end it. If that doesn't get you going, I don't know what does. And again, we talk about Latif against UCLA, and we talk about UCLA's defense is not good, but has a fantastic game. That team, I can guarantee you, is rallying around him. That if they're not fired up for this game and they're not willing to come out and meet this moment, I don't know what more you can do.
Well, and everybody talks about how bad UCLA's defense is. Is Penn State's defense elite? Are they fantastic?
I can actually tell you. So in rush defense, again, we talked about this earlier. Penn State ranks 70th in the country.
Yeah, that doesn't fare well for
But here's where things get a little funky. Obviously, with Grunkmeyer, whatever.
Drunkmeyer.
The passing offense, I would imagine, is going to be a little bit less efficient. Nebraska's passing D does rank number 3 in the country right now. Penn State's does rank number 12, though. And so that is a very solid passing D. And so when we talked about Emmett Johnson earlier and keys to success, I think Nebraska is going to have to control the ground game here.
Yeah.
I just don't see it being super efficient through the air.
So, and one thing that your stats won't find is Penn State has struggled a lot against mobile quarterbacks.
Absolutely.
And I think the key to the game, if Nebraska is going to have success, it's going to be getting Latif out of the pocket. 1, because their pass rush is great at Penn State. But 2, like Latif has to use his legs. They've had trouble with it all year. If Latif can use his legs, I think it's a recipe for a good thing for Nebraska. And we do have a chat or a comment in here that I thought was pretty good.
Yes, sir.
What kind of factor will Rule being at his alma mater be? Do you think that plays any factor in this game?
No.
To me, I feel like it would be the opposite. Like Rule might have a chip on his shoulder because he isn't getting the Penn State job.
That's right.
Because he isn't qualified for the Penn State job. He's not good enough to get the Penn State job, in my opinion.
He didn't want it.
In my opinion.
He didn't want it.
Maybe he didn't want the Penn State job.
I don't see that being a factor.
Do you think it's going to be a factor at all?
Maybe this is me being an optimist. We talk about every game's a vacuum, right?
Yeah.
I would hope that Matt Rule subscribes to that same philosophy where this is another game. I'm either walking out of here with a win or a loss. I don't care who I play. I'm here to get a win. Let's just get it done. I don't see this alma mater thing being that big of an it's a narrative for sure, but I don't see it being a massive factor.
It could have been worse if he didn't sign that extension.
When Matt Rule talks about Big Ten games, you guys, what does he always say? What does he always say about Big Ten games? That they will always be what?
Rock fight,
close.
Yeah.
If you're Matt Rule, don't you want to kind of go in there and not make it close?
Well, you'd hope so.
Don't you want to? No, listen. No.
This is a game where you do not take the foot off the gas.
No, don't hit me with
a chance.
Don't hit me with the. Well, yeah,
of course. Is Nebraska good enough to not make it close? Like you're saying these things that are like a fairy tale. Like, well, wouldn't you just imagine that Nebraska could blow a team out?
Mike, you're the one that pulled up the comment about if Matt Rule going back to his alma mater is going to make a difference. So I guess your argument would be no. But I'm saying, if you're Matt Rule, don't you want to go in there and show the Penn State faithful, all those people that talk shit on him? Remember when his name was being floated?
Like, no, he's not good enough.
Right.
Look at his record against top 25 teams. Oh, he's never won anything of substance. Yeah, yes, 100%.
Don't you want to go in there and just curb stomp these mother truckers?
Hey, shout out Nebraska Volleyball. Just took first set against
Hey, there we go. They
Let's
just took the first set.
First set, yawn.
For the 300 people watching us live virtually, just want to let you know you still have time. You have 25 minutes to get in here. Get a beer before kickoff, and your beer at halftime is free. You get one free beer at halftime if you get here before kickoff. Shout out to the super chat from Calvin. There's no comment with it. He just wanted to give us money.
King.
But
Shout out, Calvin.
we do appreciate you. If you do have a question, comment, whatever, put it in the chat. We will gladly read it for you. But we are live from Heavy Brewing in Gretna, Nebraska. Shout out to them. Make sure you guys take care of their bartenders. The hospitality here is elite.
Pizza's elite.
We're good. We're good.
Thank you, Matt
All right.
McMaster.
Yeah,
for
Matt
the offer.
McMaster. Shout out to Matt McMaster for making the trip out to Gretna, Nebraska from 1620 The Zone. Make sure you check out his show, Gary and Matt, every morning from 6 to 10.
10.
Yeah.
That's a long day.
Hey, look at that.
All right, so
Hey.
I have a question with you guys. We're talking about, if Nebraska is able to put themselves in a position and keep that foot on the gas, you have to do it. Yeah.
Duh.
But what? Obviously, no. I'm just saying there is no room for. I don't care if we're up 50. No second stringers. Like you bury Penn State today. But my question for you is one that I struggle with every week. Doesn't matter who we play.
Look at this. Do you see that?
Especially.
Do you see that?
Yes.
There is, the books Find Waldo.
We got a Joe Pod dude in here.
We have a Penn State guy in the bar here at Heavy Brewing in Gretna, Nebraska.
I respect it.
That
I
is
do
cool.
respect
Yeah,
it.
I didn't know we'd see anybody wearing a Penn State
I
jersey.
respect that.
Hey, look at that.
Boo that man.
But so we talk about Nebraska needs to probably set the tone early, keep the foot on the gas. So let's get into real hypothetical territory.
Okay.
Nebraska wins toss. Kick or receive. You taking that ball early and going down and trying to set that tone right away?
Take it.
What? Well, hold on. What was
Yes.
the question?
Nebraska wins toss.
Yeah.
Are you taking that ball and going down and trying setting that tone right away?
Take the
Or
ball.
are you playing for that second
No.
half?
Give
No,
it to
play
Emmett.
defense. Play defense.
No, give it to Emmett and say, this is our all Big Ten first team back. Screw you guys.
No, I want the ball in the second half because I unlike you, I don't think Nebraska's good enough to dominate Penn State. So I want the ball in the second half. I want to make a stop to start the game.
That's implying that there is a stop. But with Dana, one thing that he has definitely proved, Michael,
Yes.
is that Dana starts off games really well.
Yeah,
he's really good at starting
He scripts a
games.
drive almost as well as our old
Hey,
head coach.
we don't need to talk about the second and third quarters because
He doesn't know how to do that very well. Although he did against UCLA. He did a really good job against UCLA.
It got interesting in the second half. It got a little interesting,
I'm just saying.
right?
He knew what he was doing.
We need Dana to be in his bag to start the game. I feel like you get Latif out there running around.
Everything you need to know about this game and why I want to preserve my scoring prediction. I don't really have one, to be honest with you.
Preserve it. Take care of it.
I just want to see the first drive. Against Minnesota, it was 3 plays for 1 yard.
RPO with no R.
And I'm like, okay. And then we saw the rest, how the rest of that game played out. And I'm just waiting to see what that first drive. What my question was that just some nightmare that we're not going to see again? It's just we just didn't show up. It just, whatever it was kind of a unicorn imagination, right?
Yeah.
And so today, if you're looking at this game, you're like, hey, was that in fact a nightmare? Because listen, whatever you want to say about the away games that we've had this year, have they been? Other than the Minnesota game where we absolutely crapped the bed.
They haven't
Think about it.
Yeah.
Think about it.
You're right.
Arrowhead, you've got UCLA. That was a home game.
Offense was okay,
Yeah, it's one of those things where I'm just waiting to see, was the Minnesota being an actual away game? Is that why we didn't show up? Because if that is the case, then we won't show up tonight.
Well, we hope that was just an anomaly, right? That was just, like you said, a nightmare where maybe Dana,
Short week, get PJ Fleck. We said it all, right?
big brain Dana, they think we're going to give it to Emmett.
Yeah.
And we're not going to do that. And so you kind of hope, Connor, maybe Penn State's OC, maybe he gets a little cute. And he knows full well what our weakness is, but he's going to get a little cute and want to prove himself because, after all, their OC is going to probably be at a new job somewhere, and he wants to show, hey, I know this cute little play.
I'm diverse.
Right, I'm diverse. I can mix it up. When you don't need to, you can just hand it off to Katron. Maybe their OC gets a little cute like Dana did versus Minnesota.
Hey, $1 million OC, $1 million DC. They've got the most expensive coordinators in college football.
Jim Knowles.
How's that working out?
Not great.
I'm just saying it.
Not great. Until tonight. No, not tonight. It's not going to work tonight, right?
My here's a question for you. You're talking about their offensive game plan, and if they're going to get cute. You remember, if we go back to the USC game, the only way USC could even move the ball through the air was us was a trick play.
Yeah.
Do you think that Penn State will have to resort to trick plays to move the ball through the air against this defense?
Through the air?
Yeah.
Through the air, yeah.
I don't necessarily think so. I think the game plan going into it is, hey, they ran the ball 50 times last week, and every single press conference that we listened to this week, every coach was talking about, yeah, they're going to run the ball. They're going to run the ball. I think moving the ball through the air for Penn State is just play action. If the plan is that they're just going to run the ball and you have to stop the run, you're going to be loading the box.
Load the box.
You're going to be bringing in your 4 down linemen, and you're going to just be trying to stop it. And so you're going to run. Matt wants 3 down linemen with.
Oh.
Well, they're bad against 3 down linemen against everybody else.
Well, have you seen our 3 down linemen?
Yeah, our 3 down linemen.
Yeah, our 3 down linemen haven't done anything. Yeah.
No offense to Keona. No offense to Riley Van Poopel.
Hey, you know what? Keona Davis did have the best game that he's probably ever played at Nebraska last week.
Yeah.
Or I guess 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, it's true.
Maybe it's something he can build on for this week, because we thought the Keona that played against UCLA was the one we were going to get all season after his freshman year.
Another thing, too, is we talk a lot about the D linemen and how that's important to stopping the run. We were spoiled last year. We've been spoiled the last 2 years with Tony White, because Tony White had those big boys in the middle, okay?
I miss those guys a lot.
Right, it's oh, man. But, it's the Wolverine meme where he's touching the picture, and he's missing the guy. We cannot ignore the second level and the secondary coming up and making tackles. We have seen numerous times where run fits in the second level haven't been great.
Bad angles.
Bad angles. We need some of these linebackers. Can we get, again, I feel like I said it a few weeks ago, Shavers, can he come up? He's a bad spy. Terrible spy. The worst spy I've ever seen.
Which is why
he's worse than Jeffrey Epstein, the spy.
To the point of to the point of the 3 down lineman versus the 4 down lineman, you go 4 and you take out McCullough, and McCullough is usually your quarterback spy because he's fast.
Yeah.
So
I don't think he's the best spy either, though. I would rather have McCullough be on the edge trying to rush the passer. Go find Dylan Rogers. Go find somebody else that can spy the quarterback.
So as we're talking about Deshaun McCullough getting on the passer, I mentioned earlier that I didn't even put a passing offense comparison in my stat list because I didn't find it to be useful. I did just double check this. Do you guys want to take? Mike, how many teams are there in the FBS? Do you guys know?
130 something?
Yeah, it's 134, I believe.
I think there's 75 in the SEC or something.
Yeah. Penn State's passing offense ranks 114, facing the number 3 passing defense in the country. I don't think they're going to be dropping back all that often. So, and Kyle, you mentioned that you didn't think they were going to have to resort to trickery to move the ball through the air. You mentioned play action, and if we consider that to be trickery, play actions are going to be almost necessary for this Penn State offense. But I do think you're going to see some weird stuff coming out. If we know all you can do is run the ball, and they do it very effectively, Nebraska hopefully does sell out, and they do load that box.
Could we see a pitch to Katron Allen, and he just throws it down the field because everyone's crashing on Katron, and then he just throws a little pass.
No, I don't think that's
No, I don't
unlikely.
think so.
Is it? I don't think that's unlikely.
That's where I asked
I hope
if
not.
they would get into their bag of tricks to move the ball on this team. Because I'm sorry, they're going to run the ball, and I think they're going to average 5 yards a carry.
Almost certainly.
Like they're going to do that, and I think it's going to be the bend don't break type of defense for Nebraska today. It's going to be death by 1,000 cuts. Can you just hold them when they get in the red zone? Hold them to 3 and not to 7.
Keep a little blood in those veins.
Yes, please.
Yeah.
Like sell out.
Yeah.
Get them in 3rd and longs. I think is going to be the key for Nebraska. Make Drunkmeyer look drunk on 3rd downs. I think that's where it's going to have to be.
If you get into those 3rd and longs, so we actually we talk about 3rd down, and this was another one of those stats that I was really, really keyed up about. Is 3rd down conversions and 3rd down defense. And 3rd down conversion percentage, Nebraska ranks number 28, Penn State number 40. And in 3rd down defense, Nebraska ranks 38 and Penn State 77.
Yeah, that was the question about the line, the original line of like, what was it, 10.5?
Yes.
Okay, so our friend Michael Severe had posted something, and he's like, these stat comparisons do not show a 10.5 advantage for Penn State.
Right.
Yeah.
There's a
the
lot of
line's crazy.
discrepancies. Yeah.
When you get to, if you can force even a, we'll call it 3rd and manageable, like a 3rd and 5, 3rd and 6, Penn State does not excel in that territory. God forbid you give them a 3rd and long.
Yeah, that's where you get into trouble against Penn State. If you're just going to run the ball, if you are giving up 6 yards, 5 yards to carry on 1st down,
There it is.
that is where you run into problems, because then they're never out of the system, which is run the ball.
If they're at 3rd, okay, and against UCLA, UCLA was 8 for 14 on 3rd downs. And we talk about the Michigan game. At the end of the Michigan game, you just couldn't get off the field. With Penn State, you got to force 3rd and 5s and longer. Because then Drunkmeyer, you wouldn't think, up until this point, he hasn't been able to do it. You can't let Penn State do something that they haven't been able to do all freaking year, which is pass the ball efficiently, especially on 3rd and long. So we need to force, stop the run on 1st down. Don't allow 5 yards, 6 yards on 1st down, man, because then that playbook gets wide open.
Yeah.
Okay, we don't want that. Now we talked a lot about our defense, and we haven't even really talked about Latif that much.
We really haven't.
We haven't, and maybe a little bit. And we talk about how important it is to get Emmett Johnson involved. Absolutely, obviously, he's the best player on the team. I've been banging the Vincent Shavers drum. Another drum that I feel like I've been banging too. Luke Lindenmeyer. I need to see. We talk about how these plays on offense need to be, pretty quick, not long forming. Can we get Luke Lindenmeyer in the middle of the field and let him prove to everybody the thing that I think, which is I think he is an NFL type tight end. Can he show that this evening to help out TJ Latif? Be a safety valve, because you know that Penn State's going to bring pressure. Let's take advantage of that. Give it to Luke Lindenmeyer in the middle of the field. Let him show off.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is
I hope
Kyle,
so, yeah.
Kyle the only one?
Yeah, no, I thought there might have been a follow-up.
That's it. That's all I got. I mean, I need Luke Lindenmeyer to be a safety valve. And, the wide receivers, I feel like they've been pretty good. Our most consistent wide receiver. But other than Isaiah, it's kind of a crapshoot, because Ja'Cory Barney's a ghost. Ja'Cory Barney might as well not even really exist. He had an excellent catch against UCLA.
Come on now.
Excellent catch. But if you look at the numbers or whatever, he has disappeared from this offense.
Yeah.
And Dane Key's been fine, but not consistent. We need some guys around TJ Latif to ball out tonight.
I think maybe it's the, I don't know if I'd say old head in me, but I think tonight, like if you want to win this game, again, Nebraska, when we look at time possession statistics, Nebraska is clearly better at holding the ball and, milking that clock as best they can. I want to be boring. I want to be boring tonight. I don't need the deep shots. I want 5, 6, 10-yard shot. Amazing. Just do that over and over. I want to see an offense that is so boring that I don't see a single article about it tomorrow.
Yeah.
I don't want to be on SportsCenter.
Iowa
I
football
want-
has tied the game. Iowa football has tied the game with Michigan State, 17-17.
It was like
Mike,
17. It was like 17-7, like
Hey,
3 minutes
Click
ago.
over. How much
Mike's
time's
getting
left in
all
that?
excited about
A
this
minute
Iowa.
29.
Mike,
I'm not
quit.
getting excited.
Yes, you are because dude,
no,
they
I'm
were just down.
disappointed. I'm disappointed.
Well,
I wanted
Iowa's
them to
going-
lose
Iowa is going
on senior day in Iowa City.
sure.
The game's still going, and Iowa just scored, so Michigan State's got the ball.
They
all they
do
need to
have
do is
the
get in
ball.
field goal range.
They have a $1.29.
Again, I don't want to be on SportsCenter tomorrow. I want this to be a boring offensive game. I want to control time and possession. I don't care if we win 3-0.
Well, no,
I don't care.
that's what I
Control the ball.
Jared wants
I
3
want
to nothing.
that.
He
Yeah,
wants
you
it
are a
so
sicko.
bad.
I want so many rocks thrown at my face.
You are a sicko.
Is it
am
because you're a
sick
redhead?
Bastard. I mean,
Why
yeah,
would
I
that
guess.
be for him being a
Listen,
redhead?
I don't know. They do things
Mike,
in redheads,
you're
you know?
asking questions that you don't want to know the answer to. you want to look inside this. What do you want to call me?
No,
Nothing. No.
Okay, so we've got 8 minutes.
We got 8 minutes.
And we'll
Score
stop.
prediction.
We'll stop before 8 because I got to piss. And
I just walked off and went pee. It was great.
Shut up, Mike.
I did. It was
Okay,
great.
so I can only imagine that we are preparing to get into scoring predictions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One last stat, I've got a few more, but none that are super relevant to this part of it, is against the spread. So, again, this game opened at Penn State minus 10.5, which we all agreed was kind of a wide margin. But they're against the spread records. Penn State so far this season is 3-7. 3-7 against the spread. What I found very interesting about this is that the stats are not that far apart. Nebraska is 4-5-1. So both teams not so great at covering the spread. Keep that in mind as you get into it. I think because we did our show on Wednesday, we all got to give our scores already. Kyle, we have not got to give, and I feel bad because we always throw it to Kyle first.
Well, no, because okay. While
But-
Kyle thinks about it, here's what I'll say. Here's my
Has yours changed?
no.
Okay, so you
But here-
think Nebraska's going to lose?
Well, oh, yes, Mike. Thank
Big
you.
loser.
Thank you. Well, here's my personal pledge. Okay, I think a lot of people, if Nebraska can find a way to pull off this victory, I think it's very important as a fan base to not be sitting here, a week after or during the summer and not downplay it. I feel like a lot of people will be tempted into, yeah, you beat Penn State.
Yeah, you
but
beat 4-win Penn State.
Right.
Yeah.
And so my pledge to you is if Nebraska wins this game, I am not downplaying it whatsoever.
No.
I'm not going to belittle this win if they end up winning. I think a lot of people will be tempted into doing that. First of all, Nebraska is in no position to downplay any win, except for Houston Christian.
What about Akron?
Same thing.
You know what I mean, though?
Same
Like,
thing.
No, yeah,
Like-
FCS schools.
like, don't be tempted into, Penn State sucked and blah, blah, blah.
Wow.
No.
BA. So we have some scoring predictions in
Oh,
the chat.
jeez,
We got
wow.
Adam with 28-24 Nebraska, Calvin with 31-21 Nebraska, and then BA with 34-10 Nebraska. A lot of Nebraska in the chat. If you guys haven't done so already, put your predictions in the chat.
If Nebraska wins 34-10, I guarantee their AD is going to want Matt Rule to be their next head coach.
Then that $15 million will be like $15.
Poof.
They don't care.
They'll figure it out.
They'll figure it out. $15 million is nothing. Nothing.
Okay, so we already talked about the preseason, Kyle's pucker factor. I didn't even put Penn State on it because I wasn't going to spend 5 more minutes looking at their stats because I just thought this was going to be a blowout. I just thought. And at the beginning of the year, we all gave our score predictions, and I am 100% still.
Me too.
I'm still 100%. Now, I did switch up on Michigan, and I
You
said
did?
I was feeling good. I said we're gonna win against Michigan because everybody was all happy and go lucky. I'm gonna do it again.
Will this help you?
Latif is better than Kyle thinks. Man, I am just never gonna live that episode down.
Maybe that'll help you with your scoring prediction.
Nebraska 24.
Come to the dock.
Penn State 21.
Oh, he break Nebraska to beat them. And you know what? I'm going to join you. I'm switching my prediction. I think Nebraska's going to win this game. 21-17 Nebraska. Let's go.
No cheers for Mike, though.
Hey, no cheers for me because I predicted us to lose. And it's still recorded that I said we lost. So
Hey,
That video is out in the ether
it's
already.
out in the ether. I already said we're going to lose. But today I say we're going to win 21-17.
It is interesting. Every single time that we do a live show and we start drinking beer and there's all these people
it always
in front
changes,
of us,
right?
we're like, hell yeah, brother. We're going to win.
yeah. Kyle got cheers. I'm gonna get booze.
You suck.
I am sticking with my preseason prediction. I'm sticking with the score I gave on Wednesday, albeit it's a lot closer than I would have given you at the start of the season. I have Penn State 24, Nebraska 21.
Hey,
Yeah, there it is. Yeah, I
boo
expected
this
that
man.
one.
Boo this man.
And boo the redhead, too, because, Kyle, you completely broke your oath.
Yeah.
Mike broke his oath, too.
Yeah, but
we start overthinking this, and then we change our predictions from earlier in the year.
Yeah,
but listen,
look at this environment. We're at Heavy Brewing in Gretna, Nebraska. Why would I pick Nebraska to lose? Look at this.
And
I
listen,
don't feel good about
There's
it.
1,000 people in here.
You think I want to do that?
listen, I'm having a lot of fun thinking we're going to win tonight right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I might as well. I'll get hurt later. We'll do counseling in the morning and we'll talk through our issues.
Yeah, but right now I'm feeling real good.
31-23 Penn State. Boo.
Boo this man.
I suck.
Yeah, you
I
do.
know.
Yeah,
Yes,
this
he
guy's
does.
way worse than I am.
Hey, you
Yeah.
guys close it out because I got to piss.
Okay, he's going to go pee. So we are going to continue the show. It will just be virtually. Jared is going to do his NBNR roller coaster while we watch the game. So he will react the same time as you during the game.
Yeah.
If you haven't heard already, we are live here at Heavy Brewing. If you get here in the next 10 minutes,
2 minutes.
your
2 minutes.
first beer at halftime will be free. So
It has to be before kickoff.
you have to get in this building before kickoff. If you already are in this building, if you haven't ordered a beer, get one because your second half beer will be free. Otherwise, take care of the bartenders. Jared will be back here shortly.
Yeah, and listen, we're going to be here for the full game.
Yep.
Matt McMaster might join us on the NBNR roller coaster.
Yep.
He may not know it yet.
I don't
doesn't know it yet.
think he knows it yet, but yeah, Matt
Yeah.
will be joining us. He's a big fan of doing Big Red Overreaction, so why not have him join the roller coaster as well?
Yeah. Okay, well, that is it for NBNR for now. Once the game kicks off, we will come back and watch the game with you.
We'll watch the game with you live from Heavy Brewing.
All right.
Price Sanford might not have to take a break.
Price.
He is freaking good at football. I know.
Could you imagine that he only averaged